Hi there, Cancer. How are you? For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Inessa from The Inner Stereo. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let's start your reading. Okay, so, as usual, this is going to be your relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, alright? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because I tend to realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. Okay, don't forget the challenges. Yeah. I was going to say something for Cancer, but I kind of forgot what was that. Damn, Sagittarius mind. So how are you guys feeling right now? My Cancer moon, I have Cancer rising and Cancer moon, and I'm Cancer dominant. So I don't know about you. I really want to know how you guys are feeling this past few weeks or past few months, because people seems to be going crazy because there's like a lot of planetary movement involved and stuff like that. But I feel like my Cancer moon is really at peace. So yeah, I don't know how you feel. How are you guys feeling right now? Let's talk about your energy. You have the Empress card, King of Pentacles in reverse, and you also have the Six of Pentacles in reverse in here. You guys, right now, if you're single, you're very Venusian, meaning that you are exuding like a lot of sensual charisma coming out of you. And it's much more of a feminine energy that's coming out of you. So people will kind of like get attracted to you, especially if you're Cancer rising. People will kind of like get attracted to you because of the feminine energy that you exude. People will say, oh, this person is really lovely. This person has a motherly nature. And it's just not gender specific, it's just the energy that you're exuding out of your body. It's something that you cannot see, it's something that you cannot explain, but people seem to draw into you because of these qualities. So if you're single, work it. Okay, so with the Empress card in here, we're also talking about the tendency of you to be people pleasing. And there's no denying in it. When the water signs, especially Cancer, when they're in love, you tend to give. You tend to give a lot. But then when you tend to give a lot, you sometimes forget the nature of a give and take, whether it's mutual or whether it is not. Okay, so be careful about giving too much up to the point that you lost your stabilities here with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Especially in here, you have the Four of Wands as your overall challenge. As the overall challenge, meaning that you still feel in your relationship sector there is nothing stable in here. Like you try to, you are very you have this people-pleasing qualities in the now that is kind of like in your body, that's in your energy. But even if you try to give that much, somehow you feel it deep down inside that this relationship is not offering you any type of stabilities. And what is challenging is the Five of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands in reverse is the inability of one person to let down of their ego. So somebody's being very stubborn in this relationship right now, Cancer. Okay, it's like a fight of will, a fight of ego, like no, I will never give in, no, I will never give in, something like that. Let's see what's up. Let's see your past, present, and future. Lima kartu masa lalu, 5 kartu masa depan. And be careful too with the Empress card and the King of Pentacles in reverse, because you have this people-pleasing qualities. And I'm not saying that Cancers are people-pleasing now, but you will have a tendency to like to please people, especially in this month of December. So be careful when people ask your help, say yes only if you know you are going to be able to deliver it. Because if you can't deliver it, then people will see you as somebody who doesn't keep their promises, you know what I mean? So be careful about that sector as well. So in the past, you have had somebody who was waiting for your return. You could be dealing with two people though, but it's like very fiery energy in here. It's either the push and pull is really strong, meaning that they're very confident in approaching you, and then after that they retreat, they want you to come at them too. But there is this super duper fiery energy coming from them. But if you're dealing with two people, there is person A who is kind of like waiting for your return. If you return, there's something that they want to say to you. But they're kind of like waiting about it. I feel like in the past, you guys are busy minding your own business, busy working on your money, working on your career, or working on your study. And then you also have the Strength card. So if you're dealing with two people, this person that is waiting for your return or waiting for a form of communications from you, you're exercising like a lot of your patience. You do have, the beast inside of you is like, come on, go ahead and contact this person. But something, a masculine energy, which is your ego sometimes, is like stopping it. Nah, don't do this, don't do this. But there's something that they want to say in the past to you. And then the Six of Wands. So in the past, if you're dealing with two people, this person who is kind of like quite attractive in your eyes, somebody who is kind of like quite confident when it comes to approaching you, this person gives you the spotlight that you needed. Makes you feel like on top of the world. Sometimes you felt like you've been crowned because you felt like you win them. There's this victory, sense of victory coming because you know that you've won the competition. But if you're only dealing with one person, I feel like the bipolarity is also happening between the both of you. So them, like they're approaching you very, very confidently and then they retreat. There is this push and pull going on in here. And you guys are also like that. So when they're aggressive, when they're nice, when they're becoming the Queen of Wands, you guys are the Six of Wands. You love the attention. You love the limelight. You love the spotlight that they're giving to you. They make you feel good, especially with the Queen of Wands here. I don't know why, but I'm sensing like a little bit of a Mars energy. So when they're present in your life, they have this boost of energy giving towards you that can make you, work harder or work more efficiently. You are more ambitious, like you have goals in your life, you know what I mean? But then when they're kind of like retreating back to you, you guys are kind of like exercising like a lot of your patience to not protest or complain about the lack of giving. So there's this push and pull going on. There is, for a few Cancers out there, you could be also dealing with somebody who is waiting for somebody else, you know what I mean? So that could happen because the Princess of Wands is kind of like directing that way. So for a few Cancers out there, they might be waiting for someone to anxiously. What's happening in the know? Ace of Swords. So this person actually has the idea. Remember when I said the Five of Wands in reverse? There is somebody in this relationship who is not willing to lower down their ego, lower down their weapon, to give in. Like this person actually knows what it takes to make this relationship better or how to work it into this relationship. They have that idea, but they're kind of like keeping it at the back of their head for a bit of moment. They're trying to contemplate on it before they communicate it with the owl here. For a Swords in reverse. Yeah, so if you're dealing with one person, this person wants to stop thinking about you, but they just couldn't. Knight of Swords. Seven of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Well, things have taken into an ugly turn, hasn't it? All right, so with the Nine of Swords in here, we're talking about a lot of mental entrapment, a lot of things that keeps you anxious. There is this just a little tiny behavior or attitude that's coming out of the past person that you're dealing with, or whoever you're dealing with, that triggers these anxieties within you. And then because you don't like living in that place any longer, like you have had it, you don't want to do that, like you're trying to flee because you know that that place is kind of like quite unhealthy. Like this person actually has the idea, they kind of like, okay, you know what, I know what it takes to make this relationship work, but they're kind of like being stubborn in it now, especially with the Five of Wands in reverse, and they're still contemplating that idea, but they cannot seem to get you out of their mind. You have the Four of Swords in reverse in here. So back in the days, they were trying to kind of like probably say like, you know what, I don't give a fuck, I just want out, or I just want to move out, or they're giving you a little bit of a silent treatment. But as you can see in here, this little squirrel, when this little squirrel is trying to leave, he's kind of like looking back and is like, oh, you don't want to chase me? Really? You don't want to chase me? Like it's heavy for them to leave, but they feel like they needed to because they're being the Queen of Wands, because they think they needed to deliver a message by their actions, if that makes sense. But when they do that, you guys are starting to question like, is this something stable? Is what I thought in the past was something good, like Ace of Pentacles, something good that I felt was going to lead into Ten of Pentacles? Was it just my illusions? Was it the fact? Was it reality or not? So you're starting to question these things, and this is the type of things that actually drives you nuts. Ini magkakama sa depan. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to be pulling all these cards before I even speak, okay? Princess of Chalices, and then you have the Emperor card in reverse. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Princess of Swords in reverse, and you also have the Four of Cups. I want to clarify what the Seven of Swords in your spread here for. What is the Seven of Swords in here for? Apa maksudnya Seven of Swords in here for? Okay. Three of Cups, yeah, I kind of thought so too. But anyway, if you're dealing with two people, you know, the person A, the person who is trying to kind of like leave, and they wanted to kind of, they're like, why aren't you chasing me, Cancer? Somebody who is like that. You starting to lose faith in it, and then you're starting to have an object of desire, something that person B, who is playing mind games towards you, something that person B sees it as a cheating behavior. So there's going to be like an accusatory, because it's either you or it's either them. You guys are they're stalking on you. Princess of Swords is a very, very irrational type of stalking, meaning that they will always find little things. Somebody in this relationship will always find little things and make a big deal out of it. You know what I mean? And you like that because you like the attentions that you're getting. You like the friendship aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because there's this Three of Cups in here. So the person A offers you a much more happy feelings, while as person B gives you much more pain and stress and anxious. You know. So in the future, if you're only dealing with one person, you got to be kind of like quite careful in the now. I want to know what's their what's their intentions with you. What's their intentions with you? Okay, so they're hurt. They're hurt. Hermit card, Strength card. Right, so they're hurt. So this person loves you, but then there is this bipolarity going on deep within them. Like they could be one character today, one character next. Know what I mean? And the reason for that being is way, way, way before they met you, they were deeply hurt. And those type of emotional wounds and emotional scars that hasn't been healed yet, that they're still not accepting it. You know what I mean? They're still not okay with those memories. They bring it into this relationship. So it's like, okay, I love you, Cancer. And then the next time, like when everything is not as honeymoon phase or everything is not as lovey-dovey, they're starting to think, is it worth it for me? So there's like a lot of push and pull going on. They don't even know what is it that they want. And the reason for that being is because they've been scarred so badly in the past. And they're trying to, and yeah, right now I feel like the best time for them right now is to just isolate themselves and tame the beast. Like they love you for real, but then there's this mix of masculine energy. I feel like in the past, when they were having a relationship in the past, their masculine energy was being shut up. You know what I mean? Was being quiet down, was being silenced. So they didn't have a voice to speak in their previous relationship. That's why in the now they're having difficulties when it comes to communicating. How is it that they truly feel? What is it that they really, really want out of you? Because in here you have the Eight of Wands in reverse here that is going to drive you nuts in the future. So they can't talk properly. And I'm not saying that they have disabilities or something. It's just that when it comes to talking about emotions, they can't talk about it properly. This video is going to get cut off because my memory space is almost over. But yeah. So but deep down inside though, this person is the Queen of Pentacles. It's actually something that they're looking for. Like they're willing to settle down. They're willing to have a relationship that is stable. But because of all of these inner things that is happening deep down with them, like they couldn't process it, they couldn't communicate it, and they don't even know what is it that they need to do. So yeah, so if you want to make this relationship work, I mean, you love them too with the Prince of Chalices in here. There's this Neptunian quality. You're very, very sensitive. They're also very, very sensitive. And it's just so frustrating when the communication sector is not really good. So especially when you guys are Cancer people, you probably would want to sit them down and try to be a little bit of their shrink and communicate. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's actually good, but... Okay. So, where was I? So it's actually really, really good. The feelings is mutual. They have scars that they haven't healed yet. And they're kind of like, I feel like by 15th of December, they're going to kind of like want to isolate themselves because they think that by isolating themselves, that's the only way for them to get the emotional stabilities that they want. Remember, 4 is square, 4 is something stable. So they retreat in order to make sure of what is it that they want. Know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for my reading for you guys, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.